Debunking Myths, Learning Styles, created by Teresa Drehobel. As you watch this video, I wonder what your brain is referring to. Are you taking in the visual cues of the video, or are you listening to my voice and what I am saying? As an educator, time in and time out, I have learned that students have learned best when I am teaching in their preferred learning style. However, a case study conducted by Joshua Cuevas and Brian Dawson showed that this theory was incorrect. People typically try to learn in accordance to what they think their personal learning style is. However, the case study showed that people did not learn any faster using their preferred style. Rather, the case study brought to light a few different interesting things. First, it was noted that some mental strategies are better suited than another to a particular task. For example, a task that is more complex and demanding might require a certain type of learning style that might not fit a preferred learning style. Second, the case study supported that dual coding actually increases retention much more than the use of a preferred learning style. Dual coding is when educators layer linguistic information through the use of auditory and visual cues, and this increases memory capacity over time. Dual coding is also supported by the research conducted and found by split brain surgery. Split brain surgery has shown us that the left hemisphere is intaking language while the right hemisphere is intaking spatial cues. However, according to the text, How We Learn the Surprising Truth About When, Where, and Why It Happens, written by Benedict Carey in 2014, the brain sustains a sense of unity not only in the presence of its left and right co-pilots. It does so amid a cacophony of competing voices coming from all quarters on page 17. Therefore, rather than seeing auditory learning and visual learning as two separate components or two separate learning styles, dual coding teaches us to look at the two as not separate entities, but as something as educators we should use simultaneously. So, how as educators do we help reform students' thoughts about their personal learning styles? According to the New York Times, students need to transform their thinking to match the task rather than transforming tasks to match a particular style. Students and adults should not allow their weaknesses in a particular learning style be an excuse for not being able to accomplish a particular task. The case study performed by Dawson and Cuevas actually showed that students in the visual condition outperformed students that were in the auditory condition, regardless of what their learning style preference was. In the past, classrooms typically utilize the auditory learning style. I believe that is why there's so much more literature on learning styles rather than dual coding, to promote the use of not just auditory learning styles, but other learning styles simultaneously. However, teachers still today are learning Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences and intuitively taking that in as needing to teach to particular learning styles, rather than seeing learning styles as a way to incorporate visual and auditory learning in one piece simultaneously as we teach. As mentioned previously, there is much more literature written on learning styles in comparison to dual coding. With the numerous amount of text written about learning styles and the numerous amount of purchasable lessons focused around learning styles, it feels like this is incorrect. However, again, research supports that teaching to learning styles is a myth and should not be utilized in our classrooms. Rather, we should teach our students that learning styles shouldn't constrain us. Also, educators should utilize dual coding and layer linguistic information through auditory and visual cues. Hopefully, today's video helped you see that visual cues as well as auditory cues help you understand what I was trying to teach you today. If I had chosen to show you this video with just the use of my voice, your brain would not have retained as much information. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.